You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the January 9th meeting of the Michigan City Sustainability Commission. You can find more information for this meeting at www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Everybody, I'd like to call Michigan City Sustainability Commission meeting to order at 4:31 p.m. on Thursday, January 9th. Could we have the roll call, please?
Yes. Michelle Basta.
Here.
Tim Bauer. Here. Tristan Bogart.
Here.
Bailey Chavez.
Excused.
Andy Jans Davis.
Here.
Abigail Gary.
Here.
Beverly Mac Martin.
Absent.
Faye Moore.
Here.
Angela Reynolds.
Excused.
Bart Zimmer. Here. Nancy Moldenauer.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that. And also thank you for doing the minutes. I hope everybody got those. Do we have a motion to approve the December 2024 minutes?
Motion to approve December minutes.
Thank you, Tim. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right. Thank you, Abigail. All those in favor to approve the December 2024 minutes, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right. Excellent. That's unanimously approved. All right. Now, again, Larry, you've been taking notes for us unofficially as the secretary. So can we have a nomination for secretary, please? Anyone? Nominate Larry. All right. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor for Larry as our new secretary?
Aye.
Excellent. Thank you so much. I
welcome.
apologize, unofficial, but we had our award that we delayed and I missed getting it on there, but you took minutes for us and we appreciate it. Now it's official. Thank you so much. That's a big job. So, all right. So now we'll move on to, and congratulations, Larry. Yeah. All right. We'll move on to project teams. I did not do an update for this. It's still the same, the Explore the Biodiesel of City Fleet. Abigail Neary, you told us what you'd done last month, and is everything still pretty much in the same pattern?
Yes, considering it was the holiday season,
Yeah.
and then when we got back in January, it was like, a bunch of these people just got hit with snowstorms, not the time to call the sanitary district
Right.
or the refuse department, so I will get in touch with Nancy because I need a few contacts for Michigan City, but I'll have a good update for the next meeting.
Great, no problem. I'm sure a lot of people are in holding pattern because of the holidays and snowstorms and all sorts of strange places.
Yes.
Right? Oh, look, excellent. Hello. So, did anybody have any questions for Abigail about the fleet information? Okay. All right. Wonderful. Solar power options for city government. Tristan Bogart, report on Michigan City Electric Vehicle Charging Station Survey, solar panel array plan update for installation of solar panels at remaining city buildings without solar, plus battery and inverter installation on those buildings with panels only already. This is also an on pause. Mayor is doing evaluations of all the city buildings, so this is something we're still going to look at for long term in the future. Tristan stays really updated on all the solar stuff as well as a lot of the rest of us. Some of us work in solar or have solar on our houses, and so we'll keep you guys all updated on this as that progresses. And then Project Team C. Electric Municipal Vehicle Project, Michigan City Police Department, MCPD, and Transit Department. Tristan Bogart and Bailey Chavez, exploring the possibilities of adding electric vehicles to the Michigan City Police Department fleet. We have met with Chief Corley, instructed us to collect some more additional information about Dodge EVs as well as upfitment information. We also have reached out to Performance Services for some additional information regarding solar on the roof and or field for the department. We've found 3 upfitments thus far that are known to have worked with EV. Upfitments will I'll have Tristan explain the upfitments a little. In regards to Tesla vehicles, I apologize. So Tristan, could you explain, I know there's not really an update, but if you'd explain what upfitment is, because it's been a couple months since we talked about it.
So basically, before a police vehicle becomes a police vehicle or a fire truck becomes a fire truck, they have to install all the equipment on it. That process of installing the equipment is an upfitment because you're upfitting it for the job that it needs to do.
So basically, when you get a car, if we buy a car, it's not going to do what the police cars do, and so the department has places that they take them. And so we had to see if they would accommodate electric vehicles also. So that's some of the progress that we've been doing. And I know that Tristan continues to do the research on all the vehicles, and the police department is still really excited about it. And sometimes it's slow going, but we will have some more updates for you on that too. All right.
Madam Chair, if I may.
Oh, yes, please.
This is sort of it's related to this, but it's not directly related
Oh,
to the
perfect.
project, but it's very exciting. We finally have an inventory of all of the city vehicles.
Oh, good.
This has been holding up a lot of the projects we're looking at. This would relate to the project you're doing, Abigail.
Yeah.
Also, we've been working with the transit department and the buses. We have information on all those and everything. So I'll get that out to you people that need to know that. And I'll also be sending it to Drive Clean Indiana, because they can run it through their software and tell us exactly a schedule of what should be replaced when and what it could be replaced with, which would be comparable.
Oh, nice. That's amazing.
Yeah, I've been asking for this for ever. No, just 4 years probably, or 5 maybe. So this is a very exciting breakthrough, actually.
Yeah.
Thank you
So-
so much. That's a huge inventory. Oh my gosh.
And
Good.
I didn't do it, okay. It was somebody in the central services that,
Well, we got it all together, and now there's a full inventory. So
police cars too, so.
then you guys all know what you're working with, and good. We'll have them all on EV or propane or whatever is most efficient for that vehicle at the time. So that's so exciting. Thank you.
It is.
Excellent. Is there anything else for that before I move on? I don't want to rush. Sorry, Nancy.
No, that's fine.
All right. Green burials and burial sections. Lawrence Zimmer pursuing green burial and burial sections at Swan Lake. There's been one meeting to discuss the idea of green burials and burial sections. There's no new updates for this as of yet, but there's still always research going on with that one, and it's still in progress.
I do have one.
Oh, you did. You did have a comment.
Just
Just
came
no.
up this
Oh,
afternoon.
oh, good.
So I'm happy to announce that Tim has agreed to join the subcommittee along with my husband Ted.
Good.
And so 3 cemetery trustees, Tim, Ted, and I, will be the subcommittee then to start working on this.
Good, okay. Well, we spoke yesterday, correct, and there's, all right, well, I'm so glad there's a new update
Yeah,
then.
right.
So many exciting updates today.
So
Good.
and we're hoping to have a meeting soon. So
Well-
and then we'll have some developments to, once we know what we're doing.
And you'll be working directly with the cemetery.
Right.
And that's excellent. I'm so glad that they wanted to do all that. And
Right.
Tim, thank you for joining them. That's gonna be really good with I'm really excited to hear the updates for that.
Great.
I wasn't expecting that
Yeah,
today
me too.
either. Wonderful. All right, waste reduction garbology, Daisy Lee, Tim Bauer, Bailey Chavez, Angela Reynolds, Michelle Basta. Update on progress of pilot project in Washington Park Beach, which would include fun, colorful recycling collection containers of native species like frogs. Explore item grant for recycling projects up to $200,000. Collaborative effort with Sasha G. Burns of LaPorte County Solid Waste District, Shannon Eason of Michigan City Parks Department, and Robin Cohn of Michigan City Public Art Committee. Contact with the NIPSCO for potential funding will be approached when plan available. Collaborative effort with Sasha G. Burns for reuse room, trading, borrowing, donating items in a communal or virtual location for public use. First Presbyterian of Michigan City has agreed to let us use their parking lot off of Washington for possible future pop-ups in spring of 2025. Sustainable options for restaurant campaign. And Michelle, did you have anything to add to that?
No.
No, okay. Okay, excellent. Thank you. When I was just, I should put it on Caught You Being Green, and I'll say that I'm partial personally, but I've been eating out for the holidays, and there's several restaurants in town that seem to already provide some more sustainable packaging. We were at Fiddlehead, and they have compostable take home, and we were not just automatically given a straw. So that was nice. Although straws being available for people who need them is important, of course. But if you don't need one, then why not? And I liked seeing the paper boxes. So if you guys ever see that too, let me know. Send me a picture. We'll post it for Caught You Being Green. The Facebook shout outs are a lot of fun. So we've learned a lot how to recycle our clothes and all sorts of things from those. So did anybody have any questions or anything else to add for that? All right. Continue promoting Soul Smart Silver designation with partner Indiana University Resilience Cohort. Nancy Mold.
Do this.
What's that?
Do you want me to do this?
Go ahead, thanks.
Yeah. We've run into a bump in the road again with getting gold designation.
Never. No bumps in our roads.
I was in contact with consultant Kelly A's. Last time we got together, I told you I forwarded to her the revised ordinance.
Right,
thinking
you're waiting
everything was
on the
And
typos.
she's with the National League of Cities. She noticed that even though the paragraph with the error was not in the draft, yet it was included in the past ordinance. So that pesky paragraph is still there with the double negative.
Somehow it made it
So,
through.
yeah, I don't know what happened between draft and what they voted on, but the draft was not what was voted on, is what happened.
Okay.
So, and I told you about them losing their lawyer that had been working on it right before. The project was handed over to another lawyer to see it to completion. So, I don't know what happened, but something happened. Okay, so I think Kelly is beginning to feel sorry for us. We've been working on this for close to a year now.
For a typo.
For a typo, right.
Oh,
So,
paperwork.
What she agreed to do was to forward it as it is to the U.S. Department of Energy, to have them reevaluate it to see if we could receive approval for our gold designation regardless or anyhow.
right.
Okay,
Maybe
so
there's something somewhere else.
maybe they'll just not be so particular about, because it's not a horrendous mistake, okay? It's just confusing because it's not clear on what
It's a
it
double
says.
negative
Okay.
that
Yeah,
is.
yeah, it's a grammatical thing basically. So I'm hoping that after she does that they'll just come back and say, fine. And if not, we did have a Plan B before.
Okay.
So we'll go back to Plan B.
Okay.
And Plan B was actually getting a letter of exception from our city planner, Skylar York.
Okay.
Not as good as having it in the document that people are referencing all the time, but she said before that that could be an acceptable alternative. Okay, so we're not totally out as far as getting our gold designation, but we still have work that needs to be done. Okay? So I'm committed to getting this taken care of as quickly as possible in 2025 because, quite frankly, I want to move it off of my to-do list.
Right? Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Let's explain again, what was Plan B?
Skylar York, who works for the city of Michigan City, he's the director of the planning department. I think he just got promoted. He's now director of development. He's no longer the director of planning, director of development. I think that's right.
That's right.
Faye shaking her head. He could author a letter, okay, saying that this is what Michigan City is going to require and basically correct the grammatical error without saying there was a grammatical error, just stating the paragraph as it should be. And then he would sign his signature at the bottom of the letter on Michigan City letterhead, and that would take care of it. We're gonna have to post that on the Michigan City website, though,
Okay, right, the letter.
the letter.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well,
But at least we have a plan B.
maybe it'll be a
So that's
little
the
bit
good
longer
news.
for that platinum that I was joking about. Oh, goodness. Well, maybe not if we get all these fleets figured out, huh? Thank you, Nancy. It's been
No,
a
you're
lot. So much for a typo, right? Double negative.
After 2 revisions, the typo went back in.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, she was rather surprised when she reviewed it. She went, "It's back."
Because you took it out twice.
I only remember once, but
I copy and paste error a little bit myself, but I can't. Oh my goodness. Oh, well, hopefully we'll get that figured out soon, and we'll get our next plaque set up. And thank you for all the legwork on that, and the previous legwork for getting the previous designation silver. So that is a lot of work, and it's some good bragging rights,
I know that
though.
Tristan's committed to platinum, so maybe we can hand the project over to him.
Oh no, he's like, what? I didn't say that.
But we
Oh,
don't even
it's too
qualify for that until the city has storage batteries
Oh.
for solar generated energy. That's one of the requirements for platinum, and we don't have any of that right now.
All
so.
right, well, working on that. Thank you so much. Did anybody have any other questions or anything? All right. Project Team G, Carbon Neutral Indiana. Andy Jans Davis, Nancy Moltenauer, Faye Moore, Lauren Zimmer. Carbon Neutral Indiana's innovative book entitled Carbon Neutral Indiana, A Practical Guide to Climate Solutions. Available to buy online, includes interviews with Faye, Nancy, shout outs to Lawrence, and Deb Chubb, an original Sustainability Commission member, founder as well, who need to schedule assessments. Get yours checked out. You can get your home assessed for free, and then decide if you want to pay the offset and the carbon offset. What they do is they plant trees or cap gas leaks in places to sequester the carbon. So it's real boots on the ground work, and it's not an exorbitant fee. For my family of 4, we pay about $45 a month for them to pay for the trees to be planted, and that makes my household technically carbon neutral. So you can pay partial or all, and I know several of us do that, and I know Larry's a big fan of the book. He hooks us up with copies all the time, and of course, with our solar panel folks being in there, it's really, really helpful. If you don't have a copy of the book, you should get it. I think I usually have mine in my bag. I check it out a lot. There's some really good ideas in there. If you can't go carbon neutral, you can go carbon less. So, and also the founder.
Can I say something about the book?
Yeah, do it.
At our last city council meeting, I gave a copy to all of the council persons that did not have a copy. Some of them had it already, but now all of them have the book.
Great.
Nice. Good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Get them all reading that. Did you have some more updates with us with what Daniel's doing with Purdue? I can read it, but if you would like
Okay,
to.
yeah. Because of another project that's going on because of the generous donations, either through subscription or some people don't want to do a subscription, so they're just making a monthly donation to Carbon Neutral Indiana. Under he has connected with students at Purdue University, and he has set up what's called a climate journalism program, and through Climate Solution Fellowships, he is actually mentoring students, and they are writing articles that are getting published. And these articles are seen by over 60,000 people every time one is published. So, and that's throughout the state of Indiana, which means the word is getting out regarding sustainability to people who don't know about it. And the last article, which I thought was really interesting, is entitled, "Where is Purdue? Climate's Action Plan." Purdue is the only Big Ten school without green goals.
Wow.
So a student did interviews, researched it, wrote the article, and it got published. So now the world knows, well, at least Indiana knows, that one
Which
of
is
the
surprising
Big
from an
Ten schools.
engineering school.
And agriculture
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
The irony. I'm glad it's
And
not lost.
Indiana University does have one. Professor Aaron Argelin was the one that pulled that together for Indiana University, and they sort of went kicking and screaming, but she did it anyhow. She said, no, we need to do this, and, you know, she did it and it was adopted. So anyhow, that's what I have to say about that. I thought that was very exciting news. I got an email like right before the holidays or something. So that's part of, you know, what our subscription has been paying for also.
Good. We can see real tangible results, because we mention this a lot, but sometimes it's hard when you don't know exactly where your dollars are going, or if your things are recycled in the way that you want and things like that. So this is a really good step. All right, I'll move on to H, contract with Performance Services under $98,000 grant from Office of Indiana. I have office in there, sorry, again, of Energy Development.
Oh, I don't have it.
No, just on mine. I must have cleared it on those before I sent it out. Good. I proofread yours. Nancy Moldauer, project manager. Tristan Bogert, Shannon Eason, Sylvia Collins Martin, Jamie Huss, David Dippert, Beverly McMartin, and Richard Pate. Assessment and planning continues for installation of solar array between Bismarck Hill and the tower, potential solar panel installation on other buildings, battery or generator backup, solar-powered electric vehicle charging stations with battery backup, plus workstations, and benches with solar shade canopies around the park. Would be an amenity for residents and visitors.
And I'll take over there if it's okay.
Perfect.
This is the update here. We did get the agreement from Nick Allen of Performance Services, and that's been submitted to our city attorney. She had a look at it, and what it's going to require is a consultation between their lawyer and her, because there was some languaging that needed to be taken care of. I don't know where we're at with that, but I know it's in process, because I forwarded the email onto her. And then I'm sorry, the zoo director has given Brendan Beck of Performance Services permission to schedule a drone flyover per the zoo's convenience to map the landscape and also to map the buildings. Because they'll have to do CAD plans, and they really need the measurements to be exact when they're doing these types of plans. So there was a little bit of a waffling with that, because they were trying to pass a drone ordinance for the city of Michigan City, and specifically they want to make the zoo a no-fly zone for the protection of the animals, because they get really upset when these things are buzzing around. And they actually had an incident of a drone that was teasing one of the big cats, and they were in there and they just kept doing the up and down thing. Yeah. So I understand totally, but the ordinance that was initially put together, it's not going to fly, because in some way it was in conflict with federal regulations. So the city council persons withdrew the ordinance that were sponsors of that. I was one of those. We withdrew. So it's back to the drawing board, because more research needs to be done before that can be presented to the city council again. But I think everybody's in agreement that we really want to protect the animals that we're taking care of in the Michigan City Zoo. So we're also back on track with the Office of Indiana. No, there is two there, Andy.
Okay, well,
You didn't pick up and just paste and put
there's
in
two
what I
offices
wrote.
there. All right.
The second office needs to go. So it should read Office of Indiana Energy Development,
Gotcha.
OIED. E-D. So if you could take care of that in the minutes,
Yeah.
that would be great, Larry. And then there's something else I need to talk to you about, but we'll do that immediately after the meeting, okay? It is regarding this. Okay? Are there any questions about that? Oh, Tristan and I had a meeting with the Office of Indiana Energy Development, and everybody's back on track. We submitted Q1 report. Brendan's writing the Q2 report. So when that's turned in, then we're all up to date on everything again. And I thought it was a one-year project originally, and I thought they gave us a year and a half to complete it. But when we went back to the original contract, we actually have 2 years to complete it. So we're not feeling the crunch that we were feeling before. Rather do it right, take our time, than rush through it and have regrets later about the plans that are drawn up.
Oh, for sure, there's some older buildings over there, and gotta make sure everything's perfect. Did anybody else have any?
Tristan, did you want to add anything to that? Are you sure?
Not sufficient.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, and he has accepted my request that he's the dual brain bank for this project. Okay, so there's 2 of us now that are collectively holding the information for the project.
Good.
Thank you.
All right, Project Team I, Northwest Indiana Region Resilience, NWIRR Action Planning Work Group, Nancy Moldenauer, Tristan Bogart, Andy Jans Davis, Northwest Indiana Green Drinks to host Pollinator Garden presentation on Thursday, March 6th to kick off the National Wildlife Federation, NWL, certification efforts for Michigan City and other communities regionally. Tristan is keeping City Hall well stocked with information materials for interested persons. And I noticed the table right outside here is getting a little low. It's time to refill.
Yeah.
That makes me happy. People are taking the handouts. Michigan City will obtain municipal certification for National Wildlife Federation, NWF certification for our local wildlife habitats, including yards, institutions, and parks. We obtained NWF's Northwest Indiana Regional Certification, the first in our country, in September 2023 with the coordinated efforts by Kathy Sipple. Thank you, Kathy. She's certainly helping us with this too. Each county and municipality can now enroll more individuals, schools, churches, businesses, and in parks to obtain their individual local NWF Pollinator Sanctuary certification. Press release needs to be authored and sent to media after award ceremony. The gardens we're talking about, it's easy to certify your own yard. You can go to the National Wildlife Federation. All of our links are on here and the websites. If you go to eMichigan City and you just find out if your yard qualifies as a National Wildlife Habitat, and it probably can. My very small yard does. You just need a water source and a small habitat. And I joke, but it's no joke, that my water source is an upside down frisbee with a little water in it. When you have kids, there's always something with a little water in it in the yard. So I use the frisbee, and that's good for bees and other insects because they need simple watering sources. So if you have a bush with any kind of berry that we would eat or not, those qualify often as food sources and habitat. So a potted plant on your porch can qualify as a habitat. So there's a lot you can do, and then we'll get all the points, and our area can be a certified pollinator sanctuary, and it's pretty awesome. And we've done Tristan's done a ton of work with all that, getting everything set up everywhere and all the flyers. Thank you, Tristan. And if you have a yard or a friend with a yard, or probably even a balcony in an apartment, you can often certify those. So check that out.
Tristan, how many points are we at right now? I think the last thing I had noted was like 63.
Yeah, I don't think it changed.
Well, we're at 64 at least then, because that's what I did. I certified my friend's yard for her Christmas
good.
present.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, I bought her a bird bath and then certified, because she was like, I want to do this, and she never got around to it, so.
That's a great idea. There, everybody certify your friends' yards as a
Yes.
gift
Yes.
for the person who has everything.
Yeah.
Or bird and butterfly
Really?
lovers.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
That's a great idea.
Yes.
Is anybody, also there, I saw that I get emails on the Indiana Wildlife Federation annual conference that's coming up. Is anyone
Yes.
going to that?
No, I will not be able to go to that. I'll be reading the emails and checking out. Do you know the date on that off the top of your head?
February 1st.
That's February 1st. Thank you.
What is February 1st?
The Indiana Wildlife Federation annual conference. It's in Indianapolis.
Oh, wow.
I think they also do it on Zoom.
Do they?
I
Oh.
think so.
That would be better, because it's a Saturday.
Oh,
It goes
yeah.
from 9 to 4, so it's quite a lengthy event.
Yeah, I had the email,
must
but
be
I did
something.
not check the time after that. All right. Well, if
How
they
many
do a
points do
Zoom,
we need? What's the goal?
Goal is 250. I'll get exact numbers. I'll send the email out
Okay.
with exact numbers.
and then maybe we can update on the agenda next month where we're at. Even if it's the same, we can just
Yeah,
put it
that
down.
works.
All right. Well, that's good. Holidays, Valentine's gift for someone. Look
Yeah.
how much I love you. I certified your yard.
And I have a typo here, so I'm just going to tell
Okay.
Larry right away. It's the first time I mentioned the National Wildlife Federation, it says NWL, and it should be NWF.
Okay,
Line 3 there.
got it.
It's just the day of typos, I think.
One letter. Not so bad. It's not a double negative.
We're never going to live this down.
We're never, no, we're not. It's funny though, so at least we can
I
laugh.
laugh about it, I really do. This, the absurdity of it all.
All right, well, we'll get everybody a gift of a pollinator garden. Also, NERC's developed best practice and model program to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, still being edited by Kathy Luther, perhaps with Nancy's assistance. Northwestern Indiana Regional Planning Commission, NERC, has published a sustainability toolkit entitled Sensible Tools Handbook and Best Practices for a Changing Landscape 2023. That's available online. That's long. Check out, just go to eMichigan City. You can check out everything there. Also go to NERC and, just check on NERC's website and you'll be able to find that pretty quickly. If you have questions about landscaping, what could be considered invasive and various things like that. It's really helpful information. So check that out. Does anybody have anything? Yes.
Okay, just a small update on the numbers.
Oh, good.
So we have 47 habitats certified total. So there's, try not make this confusing, there's 2 buckets, I'm just gonna.
Categories.
Two
Yes,
categories.
2 categories. The first category, we're at 65 out of 250, which is what Abigail said,
We're at 65,
out of 250.
okay.
The second one I'll add up, but I'll just email that out to you.
Okay. Thank you.
What are
So
the 2
65?
categories?
How many people?
So there's these, the first category is that how many people are, signed up or, like how many habitats are certified. The second category is just a matter of like certain tasks that you have to do.
Community outreach that we have to do as
Yeah,
a
it
sustainability
all-
commission, not individuals.
Yeah, it varies, and so that number I'll just get to you separately.
Okay.
So we have 65 bird feeders?
65 habitats,
Certified habitats.
Certified
People have
habitats.
certified.
points,
There.
points.
Well,
It's points.
the points for certified habitats.
Points
Yes.
for certified habitats.
And that's what the communities and individuals too.
And like the schools get 5 points, so some of those could be schools.
Yeah, because we have 47 places signed up, 65 points.
And the businesses are a point as well, and then schools. Yeah, all right, wonderful. Thank you.
You know,
And then as schools, they're free to sign up, is that correct? They're
Yes.
the only free one though. Every
Correct.
other business or facility or home,
correct.
there is a small fee. Okay, just to make sure we're clear on that. Great. Thank you for checking those numbers. All right, anything else? All right. Soul Power, Danita Scully, Faye Moore, and Nancy Molnauer. Faye, may I defer to you to read this one for me? I'm getting a little winded. This is your expert area.
I'm just gonna jump down to the update.
Perfect.
And so the update, 10 students started Tier 1 OSHA 10 course in December, with 8 students completed. Tier 2 session will begin on January 20th. If additional funding is received, they will start the next Tier 1 session for the remaining 30 students. We have 30 students on a waiting list.
That's so cool.
So we did not get the funding that we thought we were gonna get.
Oh.
So the waiting list, 30 students on the waiting list in March. The NAACP was not awarded the EPA Community Change grant that we submitted for the Hope Community Center for the solar panel installation and the solar power training. But we're looking at other
Their grants and
grants and other designations. We're also trying to check with a couple of companies to see if they need a tax write-off.
excellent. How much do you need to donate for a tax write-off, right? That's good.
And so our partners in crime have been the LaPorte County NAACP, this Michigan City Sustainability Commission, IBEW 531, Ivy Tech Valparaiso, Work One, and Just Transition Northwest Indiana. Those have been the ones that have been helping us with our solar training.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And if you want more information or know when the classes are gonna be, you could go to NAACP3061.org/programs/soul power program. And you could know when the next class is and where the application is for you to sign up.
That's great that there's a waiting list. A lot of people are excited about it. I'm sorry about the
Yes.
funding not
Yeah.
working out. Hopefully you'll be able to find something else really soon that'll be even better. Did anybody have anything else? All right, well, January 20th, that's coming up. So how long is the class? How long does that go?
Well, they're 8 to 10 weeks. It depends on how far you want to be trained.
Okay, great. Well, keep us updated and we'll have a good update in a couple months on that. I'm so
And
excited.
I just really want to acknowledge the NAACP and also Just Transition Northwest Indiana, that they, and our organization here on the Sustainability Commission, those three were the ones that came together the first time. And Nikki Troutman wrote that initial grant that was submitted
Yes.
and got the money that kicked off the whole thing. So it was out of that collaboration between the three groups and Nikki that gave birth to Soul Power. And it's just a phenomenal, innovative program that other people across the United States have looked at and are trying to figure out how to implement it in their localities. So really, first of its kind, and I just want to give shout outs where shout outs are due. So,
Thanks.
and thank you, Faye,
Right? Yes, thank
for being
you.
our communicator
Yes, and getting all that
and our
done.
champion about a lot of things.
And the second person in Michigan City to have solar panels on her own home. Was it second, I think? So one of the first 5 for sure. So, thank you so much. All right, we'll move on to Solar United Neighbors, Son, Andy Jans Davis, Nancy Molnauer, and Faye Moore. Invitation to attend. Oh Lord, I can't read today. Invitation to attend Renewable Energy Day, Red. Tuesday, January 21st, 8 to 2 Central, Indiana State House. Michigan City Sustainability Commission is a sponsor. Sun, Indiana's Northern Indiana Program Associate is Brian Flory in Fort Wayne. Before I move on to that, does anybody have any thing about solar or Renewable Energy Day? Comments, questions?
Oh, I was gonna say, go ahead.
Yeah.
You can go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'm planning on attending.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Weather permitting, that, we don't get a massive snowstorm, I'm planning on going down for it.
And
Good.
now there's a free bus from Maryville.
Oh,
Really? Really?
Yes. I just read that yesterday
To this event?
to this event.
Great.
Yes.
okay. I'll
Okay.
probably drive, because I'll go stay for a couple days.
Yeah, I know, but for other people
Yeah.
that want to go, there is a free bus now. So
It's a long drive.
transportation is
Yeah.
no longer an issue. And this is really a great day. It's really well organized. You have training sessions in the morning when you first get there. You want to set up an appointment to see Representative Pat Boy and also Senator Rodney Pohl. And they'll make time to see you while you're down there.
That's
And
great.
It's a wonderful experience, actually. And if there are a number of people here that are going, then just get one appointment set up with Pat and one appointment with Rodney, to economize their time
Yeah.
while you're down there, so. I will not be going this year. I have a conflict. It's called the city council meeting.
Yeah. Well, gotta do your duties. Take care of the whole city now, Nancy.
Ward 6.
Ward 6. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, that'll be a good time. Thanks. Weather permitting, of course. Let us know how that goes. And there's usually a lot of folks posting on the social media and pictures, and it's usually a really productive day. So now I'll move on to Brian Flory in Fort Wayne. He's offered to hold introductory sessions with Faith in Place for places of worship and nonprofits to learn about solar panel installation in their facilities, which Nancy has requested, and Mayor Angie supports. Brian is coordinating engagement of those interested in solar installation for homes and small businesses with ongoing solar panel information and continuous installer referrals. So you can check out Solar United Neighbors, and if you're interested in Solar United Neighbors is nonprofit. They can get you set up with other folks and turn you on to other folks in the area, or even in other areas that have solar or are interested in solar, so you guys can learn about it together and share your information. And they also have lists of installers, and so you can really find a lot of information there if you're interested in solar without making any commitments. Anything to add or questions? All right. L, Hoosiers for Community Solar Coalition, H4CS, Nancy Molnauer, and question mark. In November, Michigan City Sustainability Commission voted to unanimously join the Hoosiers for Community Solar Coalition, H4CS, as a member, which includes Solar United Neighbors, Faith in Place, League of Women Voters, and others. Community solar champions will be supported by H4CS in learning about CS and then reaching out to their state legislators. Commissioners Abby Neary and Faye Moore are going to look at being the communicator for H4CS to our commission. Your next step is to pledge your individual support for a community solar bill in the 2025 General Assembly. And that's HoosersForCommunitySolar.com/take action. So again, all of our links are available. If you go to eMichigan City and click on government and Michigan City Sustainability, all of our things are posted public information. So that'll be an exciting group. I haven't signed up individually yet, so is anyone else? We need to do our individual support.
I
And
did.
you sent
Excellent.
Faye and I the email,
Yeah.
so I wanted to talk to Faye and see if you'd signed up. I'm happy to take this on, because I bet they'll be at the Renewable Energy Week.
Oh, definitely,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
yeah, definitely.
I thought I could meet with them
Mhm.
and make sure I get engaged. Okay.
Absolutely. So the question mark becomes
There we go.
Abigail.
Perfect.
Okay.
I will change that now. No, for the next one. All right, that's exciting. All right,
Thank you so much.
Yeah, happy to.
it'll be great. We've done a lot of movement in some of these new groups as well as the older ones. That's great. Did anybody else have anything to add?
Abigail, this has a bill number already. I just don't know what it is, so when you're down there,
Yeah,
you'll get that information automatically.
yeah. Great.
Perfect. All right.
So we'll ask for you to bring that back to us.
Yeah.
So we know what to do.
All right, I caught you being green, everybody. Andy Jans Davis, Tim Bauer, Michelle Basta. It's Basta. I always say Basta, though, don't I?
That's how they pronounce it, his family.
Basta?
Right? I remind myself every single time after I say it wrong out loud. So there we go. All right, Earth Month Extravaganza is coming up, and I have a couple emails in to talk to the park department and get some things set up officially. There is a Facebook event now circulating. Please share it. We have a couple of people that have signed on for sure. Tristan got our first one.
You were the first one?
Well, yeah, Drive Clean Indiana.
That's cool.
When we were at our drive event, he mentioned it, and they said yes. And so, pretty much, yeah, our first people were Drive Clean. So we appreciate that so much, and we'll have a driving event, so you can come and drive electric vehicles. There will be hopefully a really good array, like there was at the drive event that we had. So
I sent them the event link.
great, thank you.
They requested it.
Perfect. So, so yeah, share that with everybody, and I'll update that. And I plan on really doing a lot of the contacting next week and getting all of it official. And the time frame will be noon to 3, 1 to 4-ish for the public table event. We're still looking into the possibility of a separate morning hike or something like that, but for you know, our tabling, like we've done in the past, for people to be there to just sit 3 hours. But we've had the possibility of perhaps a hike or a water sample earlier in the day that wouldn't affect anybody that would want a table. You could still just table or come for something outdoors. Some people like to do all-day events, so we'll update you as I find out more on that. Does anybody have any questions? All right. Well, we're moving down already to commission comments.
Just a point of clarification.
Oh.
Did you say that it is posted now on Facebook?
On Facebook, there is an event. Yes, I have an event posted for the date, but not the exact time
Oh,
yet.
okay.
But the date is there, and the Earth Month Extravaganza event with some information on it.
Okay, thanks.
So, so it's at least a save the date sort of thing, and now you know your time frame. I'll get exact time frame once I confirm with the park department,
Great.
because you know it is the park department's property, and we've got to make sure that my timing is good. So, anything else? No. All right. I guess we will go ahead and then move on to commission comments.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, go ahead.
Beverly.
Most of you know that my participation here has to do with sustainability as it relates to community development. And so I was finally able to contact the people from LIST. I don't know if you all are familiar with them, but they are the Local Initiative Support Corporation. They don't have a presence in Northwest Indiana, but their mission is to connect local groups across America with the capital and the technical know-how to help build inclusive, resilient communities of opportunity, identifying, training, and growing small-scale developers. So when I contacted them about not having a presence in Northwest Indiana and my interest in combining sustainability and community development, I went down to their workshop, met with them. They are very interested in what we're doing here in Michigan City. And of course, I've taken this task on now to gather the data that we need to have in order for them to look at how they can come into Northwest Indiana and assist us in community development as far as small-scale developers are concerned. The workshop I went to was presented by the Incremental Development Alliance, and it's a small-scale development workshop to develop housing stock, small commercial, and neighborhood sustainability. And so that fits right into where Michigan City is right now as far as all of the things that we are doing as far as developing Michigan City. And so they're excited about me gathering all this information and getting it back to them so that they can come in and for small scale developers like myself and however many others that I can identify who are interested in doing community development and sustainability together. They're interested, they have the capital to do it, they just got millions of dollars to come in and train and develop folks like me who are interested in going into our communities and sustaining them, rebuilding them, and moving forward with the development. So I'm really excited that
What's the name again?
Liz,
it's LISC, L-I-S-C.
Oh.
That stands for Local Initiative Support Corporation. And the closest one to us is Chicago, and then the other in Indianapolis, so they don't have a presence in Northwest Indiana. So when I presented that to them, they're wanting to get the information that they need to assist us in doing that.
sounds like a new project team.
Yeah,
It's a new project.
It's a new project team.
It's a new project too.
Yeah.
And you know, it's interesting because I've been researching for the months that I've been on the commission, trying to see how I can combine what I do as far as my construction company and then the Midwest Minority Energy Consortium and what the Sustainability Commission does in putting all those things together. And I finally found an organization that not only has the technical skills, they have the capital to fund it.
Yeah.
Right.
Excellent.
Would you say it's the Local
Initiatives
Support Corporation?
And they are working with the Incremental Development Alliance, and that's who presented this workshop. They just blew me away because I haven't been to a workshop where they had speakers who could go in depth, in detail about training small scale developers. We've got all these big developers coming into Michigan City with the double track and the news station and all of that. But what about small scale developers coming in and helping us develop our neighborhoods?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what was the name of the workshop you attended?
It was the Incremental Development Alliance workshop for small scale developers.
Incremental?
Mm-hmm.
Incremental workshop? What? Say it again.
Incremental Development Alliance Workshop.
She got email.
For small scale developers.
Right, for small scale developers.
Okay, thank you.
This sounds really, really
It's
exciting.
because they're looking at things like doubles and 4 to 8 apartment, small scale and small commercial development, taking vacant lots and doing brand new buildings from vacant lots, taking old buildings, rehabbing them. It's just really exciting the way that they teach it and how someone like me can learn to go to that next step as far as helping our communities to come along with what the bigger developers are doing in the heart of Michigan City to get our neighborhoods to grow right along with that.
Yeah, definitely a project team. I look forward to hearing about that.
Congratulations.
Yeah, really, that's a lot
Really?
of work. And
It is, and I'll probably be reaching out. I know some of you have talked to me about the fact that I do this remodeling and redevelopment, and so I finally now have found an agency that is a national agency that does what I want to do across the country
Yeah.
and has the funding to do it.
I'm so excited for you. This is really, and all of us, yeah, that's a big
Really?
project.
It's a big deal.
It is,
It is.
yeah.
So I'll be coming to you, asking for information and statistics on what we're doing in different areas and following through with City Council about where we stand as far as the redevelopment commission is concerned and the research that I have to have in order to bring this into our community.
Thank you. Oh, I look forward to seeing all your projects in the future.
This is very exciting.
Right, well, you've got a history of a lot of collaborative efforts in our town, and thank you. This will be awesome.
Yes. To see this come to fruition would be just wonderful, I think.
Well, you know how to make it happen now with all these first steps and having some support, so excellent.
And the big thing is the funding.
Right. Does anybody have anything else for Beverly? Other commission comments? Do you have something?
Yeah. So today was the memorial service for Jimmy Carter,
Yes.
39th president. And I think it's worth acknowledging that 46 years ago, he put solar panels on the White House. And that was pretty revolutionary for its time because that was
How long ago?
46 years
Wow.
ago, 1979.
I'm 45. I'll be 46 next month. That's good for Carter.
And, they were only up for 7 years, but they made an impact and influenced a lot of people. In fact, there was an article that I read, this gentleman who was the senior energy department official under Mr. Carter and Mr. Reagan, he said it was fundamental to the development and growth of the use of solar energy in the U.S. It was 10 years before they were even talking about climate change. But he made that bold step, and I think what could be a grander statement about something than putting it on the White House?
Right.
Right.
So I just think it's worth acknowledging that, especially today.
Ahead of his time.
Yeah.
Well ahead of his time.
I read some more on him, and he actually is the one that created the Department of Energy.
Oh,
Very significant. And then
Wow.
we work with the National Renewable Energy Laboratory
right,
for phase 1
right.
of our solar panel project for the park and the zoo. He also created that. So,
Forward thinking,
Yes.
he'll be missed. Thank you for that.
Sure.
Wow, that was a long time ago for the solar panels. Beat you, Faye.
Well, he was always one of my favorite presidents.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I lived overseas when he was president. I lived in Japan at the time, and what I can say is he was extremely well respected in Southeast Asia and in the whole world.
Oh,
Yeah, people just had wonderful things to say about him as president. They really did.
And then all he did after.
Oh, I Habitat for Humanity until
Habitat for
a
Humanity.
week before.
Particularly Habitat for
Habitat
Humanity.
for Humanity.
He's just was an amazing person.
His wife too, building houses in their 90s, and
Yeah.
I'll be happy to get off my floor if I make it to my 90s. Wow. Well, thank you for all of that.
Bible study.
Yeah, right?
Did we have any other commission comments? Commission comments? Commission comments? Public comments?
That's me.
Public comments?
Yeah. I'm happy to say that the Michigan City Council actually approved $50,000 for the Homeward Bound Villages on Carwick.
Oh,
I probably remember Sandy coming and presenting to
Yes.
us that there's an energy efficiency component of that building that's going to be going up, and they are looking at breaking ground for the infrastructure to begin in 2025, and she's promised to let me and all of us know about when that's going to be happening. So we're all invited to come and celebrate that this project is moving forward. And I'm just so excited because this really is the first public-like building, because it's congregate housing that actually is going to be energy efficient. So that for me is what's really super exciting. Plus the project's in my Ward 6, so I'm doubly excited about that.
yeah.
So-
$50,000.
Yeah.
Excellent. Good.
And the LaPorte County Commission came through with $100,000 for the project.
Wow.
So shout outs to all the people that
Yeah,
worked.
thank
And that's
you.
for the construction or for planning, or do you know?
No, the plan's done already. I
Yeah.
think it's for beginning the infrastructure process. I guess you have to do sewer and electric. Larry, I'm just guessing here, okay?
What's first when you build things? You would know better,
That's
right?
first when you begin
Yeah,
building
infrastructure, I would
things
say,
is,
probably.
yeah.
That would make sense for the city to be putting money toward that and the county.
So, and I need to thank Mayor Angie too. Mayor Angie made sure it got put into the ARPA fund disbursement and made sure it stayed there. So, thank you, Mayor Angie.
Thank you for the info. Is there any other public comments? You're the public comments, public comments, public comments. All right. Announcements. Northwest Indiana Green Drinks will be Thursday, February 6, 2025, 6:30 p.m. Central, addressing effective environmental advocacy during the 2025 legislative session via Save the Dunes Facebook Live or Zoom link from em@savethedunes.org. Water Stewardship Day, Indiana Conservation Voters and Environmental Organizations, Indiana State House, Tuesday, January 28th, from 8 to 2 Central. Join us for a day of advocacy and action as we come together as Hoosier water stewards to champion responsible water policies in Indiana. You will have the opportunity to meet with your legislators, hear from expert speakers, and engage in hands-on activities focused on preserving our vital water systems. A complimentary lunch will be provided, and we encourage all participants to lend their voice and expertise in support of this important cause. A charter bus may be available from Michigan City or Munster. Also, a box to check for carpooling exists. To register, go to indianacv.org/event/water-stewardship-day. So that's Indiana Water Stewardship Day. If you want to check that out, that'll be another fun thing. More advocacy, more networking.
Yes, for sure. This is like the environmental event
Yeah.
of the legislative session. This is it. And I will plan on being at this
For
one.
this one, excellent.
And Save the Dunes is going to bring a pretty significant contingency also.
Oh, good.
That's not right.
A
Whatever it
table
is.
of things.
Group.
A group.
Group of people.
All right.
No, I'm sure they'll have a table.
A table and a
Yeah.
group. Lots of people. You had something to add?
I forgot to tell you that I have been pre-qualified to attend the Small Scale Developers Boot Camp, which will be for 6 weeks,
Oh,
starting on the 21st of January.
Great.
great. Well, that'll add to your new project team. Bunch of rock stars around here. I think we had one more announcement.
Yes, so Engineer Week is Sunday, February 16th through Saturday, the 22nd this year. And we are having our 5th annual Engineer Day, Dream Big and Engineer On. Once again, it will be in the meeting room of the Michigan State Public Library. It's running from 1 to 3.
Free.
And it's a free event, and we have a lot of projects for our youth to come in and check out different disciplines of engineering. And we always have a really big environmental engineering booth that Andy and I like to be at.
Well, even before Sustainability Commission days.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
the dates again?
So the actual event will be on President's Day, Monday the 17th at the library from 1 to 3. And the schools will be out, that's why we're holding it earlier this year. But yeah, I'll probably be asking if anyone has any good projects, take-home projects that the kids might be able to do. I was thinking maybe if we could figure out a way to make small upcycled terrariums, because I've done that with a group and they really enjoyed it, but it was expensive. And then another game that like young kids like to do was recycling sorting.
Yeah.
Like teach them about the plastics and finding the number and where it would go. And so I'm just gonna be spitballing ideas and trying to come up with some good ones for them for all the age ranges.
What's it called?
It's called Engineer Day, Dream Big, and Engineer On. And yeah, so the library collaborates with us. Dave in Youth Services, he's been on board every year that we've done this. Andy has been with us since the beginning. And it's just a really fun day to teach Michigan State youth about engineering.
There's a lot of hands-on activities.
Yeah,
And it's a good time. Even adults have a good time.
yeah.
Yeah, I learned a lot.
I forgot to make one announcement. I'm so sorry because I have all these notes on this page. Want to offer sincere congratulations to our student commissioner, Bailey Chivas.
Yes.
She was accepted into Notre Dame University, which was a dream of hers, and she was chosen as one of the E.I. Lilly Scholarship winners.
Wonderful.
Yes, and they only choose 2 of them for LaPorte County, and she was one of the 2.
Yeah.
Highly competitive. So just congratulations to her, and
Yes.
just really excited about her future.
That's the second Michigan City Sustainability Committee student member, because my niece, who was also one of the student commissioners, she goes to Notre Dame and she got a full ride. So that's a
That's the
selling
second.
point for the student commissioners.
Both nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, congratulations, Bailey.
Congratulations.
I didn't know she was going to Notre Dame. Good for Mary Kate,
Yeah.
another student commissioner. Good for everybody.
Wow.
And we have an ex-student commissioner in college and being a current commissioner.
Yes.
Everybody around here is doing a good job.
Yeah.
Right on. I'm proud of all the kids.
Yeah.
They're gonna save our planet for us.
Right.
Anything else? All right, I'd like to have a motion to adjourn. Anyone?
I motion.
Oh, all right, one of you will motion,
I'll second.
one of you will second. All right, all in favor of adjourn?
Aye.
All right, we are adjourning Sustainability Commission, Michigan City at 5:40 on January 9th, 2025.
And you gotta run.